think we're ready to...
broken my dream.
What, me clapping?
Yes.
Has it? In what way?
That's just broken my dream. And I got irritated with you showing me how to clap. And I went, I don't need to know how to clap. And yeah. And I said to, who's Richard? Do we know Richard? Richard
Probably.
and his wife, we didn't have time to do the podcast. You was working on a gig. And so I went, I've got this great idea. Just let them do it. And we call it before and after. Oh my God. We call it before and after because they knew us before and they know us after. Casa KiSi. Boom.
Wow.
Richard and his wife.
Looked into the future.
Clarity.
Just for the record, do you need a
And
quick...
you were going, I'm too busy to do the gig. And I went, no, just bear with me. Just let them do it. Let them just lose your control. And you went, well, okay, can you just, it's all set up. Just make sure you clap. And you went like that. I went, we don't need to be told how to clap. Just let us do it.
Okay.
You can start this again now. Do you want to clap again? So we can start again.
No, I want this in. My point there is, to avoid this scenario in the future, would you like me to teach you how to clap now?
Would you like a kick right up the arse?
Place both palms together hard.
Oh, God. Look at that.
Welcome,
like
everybody, to The Journey with Kirsty and Simon. With me, Simon.
And me, Kirsty.
I always want to say it the other way round when I do it.
Because
you
you're
do
controlling.
It. No, I mean, I want to say
You want to
with
put yourself
me,
first.
with me, Kirsty, and him, and I'm like, no, I'm Simon.
Oh, bless you. You do make mistakes, don't you?
Where'd that come from?
Because you're always telling me off for making mistakes.
Oh, shall we roll reversal today?
Yeah, if you want.
All right. I'll try, but that means I've got to talk
Right, this is
non-stop
how you
and
clap.
not let you...
Wait.
Hang on, you can't... Yeah, no, that works. You're cutting up over me. I like it. Brilliant. Right,
Season
crack
5,
on.
episode 31.
Brilliant.
Should we start again?
No,
No? You want to carry on?
Yeah.
My weird dream?
it's natural.
I love
That's
it.
what
Oh,
this
you don't remember dreams, do you?
That's what this podcast's all about, natural. I'm sleepy. I don't know what my hair looks like. I've not got my gaffers on.
He was going to have a haircut yesterday and we
Yeah.
cancelled it.
I think...
Through being very sensible.
Yes.
Do you want to tell the people's why?
I decided not to drive from Colmenar down to Malaga because of the weather. And
There wasn't orange weather.
red, actually.
Red alert. Well, we've had 2 messages this morning. Best one from your dad, but carry on, sorry.
Yes. Basically, we had some incredible storms yesterday from, I think it was about 7 o'clock the previous night, wasn't it? 7 o'clock, which is why we're recording this podcast today, because the threat of the electric going, which didn't actually go.
It didn't, did it?
No.
But we were all set up ready to roll yesterday.
Yes.
Thought not.
Yeah. So, yeah, from 7 o'clock Monday night until about 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, it was one continuous storm.
And we were
Thunder,
in it.
lightning, and we were in it. And the rain.
You loved it, didn't you?
Best
day
of my
ever.
life, yeah.
You loved it.
Yeah. But what that meant is down in the old Guadalhorce Valley, the Ala Pasara, where we used to be, that area, there was...
Well, I think there's probably many other areas.
There are, but the storm literally, or heavy rain, sat over that all for a long time, and caused some pretty rough flooding, like the sort of stuff you see in
Which is why we're getting
South
messages
America
today.
and things like that. Yeah, really bad. People evacuated, schools closed from flooding and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But your dad's one was the best, wasn't he?
Yeah, my dad said, I've seen all the flooding on the news in Spain. Are you okay?
And your answer was?
My answer was, well, we live on a mountain, so it's pretty good for drainage.
Oh, God, I love him.
He was checking we were all right.
He was checking we was all right. He goes, but we are fine. I mean, our drive is the natural water path, isn't it? Down off this bit of our property.
Yeah, so it's a bit ropey. Not that it wasn't before. It's a little bit more ropey down below.
I know.
But the rain hasn't stopped yet. It's still raining now, so...
There's no point. You can still get up it fine. It's just you need to be a confident driver. It's not that bad at all, but some people say it's bad.
Yeah, once it dries out a little bit, I'll get down there and
Yeah.
and fix it.
Yes, of course,
Yeah, make it look nice again.
It's all just washed down onto the road a bit,
Yes.
isn't it?
But we have kind of put plans in place, all being well, that we're going to do some work on that, aren't we, at the early part of next year?
Yeah, next year. So we're just winging it. It's the end of the year. I mean, we can't do it now anyway because we're shut and we're full up. Again, it's just gone mad again, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So how beautiful. Apart from, it's why I love the universe.
These 3 days of torrential heavy rain.
First time we've been empty since March for this length of time. We looked at.
And the
We've had
weather
the odd night off, as you all know as well. We've said
And if you were staying here, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere.
3 days with no one here. Yeah, if anyone was here, we'd be just holed up, which would be lovely in itself. But we've been holed up, just me and you, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been fab. Caught up on all our paperwork. Caught up on all our stuff for today. We've got to get back on it. Clean the house again. Derek's been in. It's been great, but enough, isn't it? We're not used to not working, we decided last night.
I can't
so he's watching
not work.
Bake Off in bed. No, Si. You can not work. You choose. Don't give me that shit. I can't not work, because that is everything what we don't do. No.
I can't be bored. It's tough.
Again, don't give me that. That's your choice.
Well, I can.
So don't victimise yourself by saying, I can't, poor me.
There's no such word as can't. I don't like being bored.
Right, so don't moan about it then.
Yeah. I like
You can't have it both ways.
I think it's structure more than anything. That's the biggest thing.
I know.
It's a structure to my day. It's not that I can't... If
I could give you a structure.
If the structure of my day says go sit down and watch The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix for the next 3 hours, I'd do it.
Well, all you had to do was say, I'd give you that for the list yesterday.
Yeah, I might have that. But
no,
why,
you can't have it today. We're back to work today.
No, I know. Yeah. But
Too late.
Why am I that? It's like... It's like almost I need a plan for every day. But why am I like that? Why do I...
Because it's what makes you you.
I can deal with it for like a day, but any more than a day and I start like...
What is it we're watching that I said I'd love? Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Recommendation, that is, actually.
Well, we're quite late to it. It's had 18 seasons.
We are late to it. And I didn't like it at first. I thought it was very twee and just very forced. But now I find myself laughing out loud. I know it depends on the character, the comedians and the guest that's on there. I know very much. But how people look at the task, which is probably... we're late to the party, really. Telling people what they already know. How they look at the tasks. I said to you, me and you would look at them completely and utterly differently.
Yeah.
Completely and utterly differently. So with a day off, all you had to do was say to me, I know what to do with you now, lover. I will just give you a list for a day off. That sounds very, very controlling. You just set me up to be this controlling freak that people think I am. But that would make you happy.
Who's the controlling one when I say...
You're completely the controlling one in this relationship.
Get me a list for my day off.
Yeah, I'm not sure you actually said that. I think I solutioned the problem.
Yeah, I know, but me asking for a list for my day off, who is actually... I'm the one asking for it. You're just the one providing it.
Oh, just the manager.
Yeah. We've always said that. I've said that from the very start.
Yeah, you don't say it enough, though, because people think that I'm controlling you. No. You're getting better at it, though. Mm. What I must also say...
I acknowledge my own faults. I need managing. I can manage, but I also need managing.
I don't believe you do. I believe you think you need managing.
Maybe.
But that's my perspective.
You controlling.
If I was a devious person, honestly, I could.
Well, who says you're not? You might be, double bluff.
Oh, no, I can't be bothered. It's too much for my little brain to think of. Tell you what I have also, and this is the last time we're talking about tin of peas, because I listened to last week's podcast with my youngest, feral one. Although I did panic, because he got in the car and I was listening to it. I was checking, I was editing it, and... I was listening to it for the edit and I thought, shit, what have we said about him? But we didn't say anything about him. But it's the first time he's heard it. Laughed out loud and he went, oh, Mum, I want to come on the podcast with you. Yeah, of course he does now. Of course he does now. But we didn't say anything about it. But I said that we had guests and we'd done our usual and we didn't explain the anniversary presents. And we spoke about that on the last one. And then we said, so what did we buy each other? We went, yeah, a Ripple and a packet of minstrels and a tin of peas. I bought you a tin of peas and we said nothing else. So if ever I want to make myself look batshit crazy, I did it of my own accord there. I bought you a tin of peas, so...
No,
maybe it made you look because you went, "Aw." So you need to explain the tin of peas, basically.
What happens there is that I want to continue that conversation and explain it, but you pull out whoa, bloody hell, why would friggin' 1,200 words do when 6 would be better? And then I don't.
See, you controlled the situation then and made me look mad.
Well, no, I didn't
Has
control
anyone
the
in the
situation.
history of the world bought their husband a tin of peas for a wedding anniversary present?
But it's not. It's just what happens is something beautiful comes into your head and you're off. And I'm like, do I bring it back to the tin of peas? Which I believe I tried to do at least once.
I'm trying so hard. Literally in my head, I'm going tin of peas, tin of peas, tin of peas.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. And what we're doing now is that's what happens. And then you'll go, oh, hang on, what about the guests that just stayed? Wonderful.
I can't even concentrate on what you're saying.
No, I know, because you don't dare let the words tin of peas leave your head.
No, can you explain a tin of peas?
The tin of peas. Did we not do that?
No, that was my point. We just carried straight on and Jamie went,
I know.
Mum, it's a bit weird.
We told the guests what it meant, didn't we?
Yeah. We didn't actually
in real
tell
life. Okay.
And we've got to sound here.
So if this sounds bonkers and you're listening to this for the first
but
time,
I feel we need
quiet then.
Sorry,
gee whiz.
So chops you and me, you get poked right in the eye.
You keep talking. I'm going to start pointing, and then we know where it goes.
You tried that once before.
So for any of you who are listening to this, going, "What the effing hell are they talking about?"
Or cares.
A few podcasts ago, Kirsty said that we had...
Short story, don't explain
I'm
all the podcast.
going to say it short. We had €5 each to buy something for our wedding anniversary. People might not have heard the original. Quiet, please. Let me speak.
Now I'm bored.
I know. Just be quiet for a minute. Look at what's coming up. Keep
quick.
the word tin of peas in your head. See what rhymes with peas in your head. Don't say it out loud. Right. Sneeze, please. Cheese. Anyway.
See how that cough's manifested now to like a bark?
Yeah.
Go on.
Anyway, we had €5 each to buy each other, but the only prerequisite with it had to make the other person go, it didn't have to be expensive or anything special. Anyway, the reason I bought Kirsty some minstrels and a ripple because she loves that. That's like her favourite chocolate. And so she went, for that. It was
God, even I've switched
$4.50. And Kirsty bought me a tin of peas. And the reason she bought me a tin of peas is because we listened to a song, or Kirsty loves a song by, what's his name?
Lewis Capaldi.
What's it called?
Pointless.
And at the start of it, it goes, she brings me coffee in the morning. I don't even know the proper words.
She brings me in a piece.
She brings me in a piece.
You ruined it by going, you sing, she brings coffee in the morning, she brings me tin a piece. Bastard. You try and ruin that song for me. But it's very cute.
And that's why Kirsty bought me a tin of peas.
How much do you need to love someone to bring them a tin of peas? So that's why I bought him a tin of peas.
Yeah.
Right, if we've got anyone left listening to this.
They were Spanish peas though, weren't they?
Yeah.
So it said guisantes, so it lost its thing.
She brings me tin and guisantes.
It's not even a tin, is it?
It's not the same. Really ruined that song now.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It was just me doing the old, what's his name? God, my memory completely lost me. The comedian who does that.
Sorry?
Who's the comedian we went to see? At the O2. Are you doing that deliberately?
Peter Kay.
Peter Kay. Christ. You heard it here first. I'm going completely off my box. And if anyone's ever heard that, he does all that. He changes the lyrics.
We got a new member to our team, haven't we?
So that's why I did it. Oh, yeah, there's a new member of the team.
So,
join Janet.
For people to join Janet. No, Janet's in a league of her own. Loves her. Our employee of the month, Janet would get it.
And employee of the month. To be fair...
What are you putting in her today?
Nothing.
Nothing or nothing.
You knocked up a beautiful Spanish-style pork casserole yesterday.
Oh, bullshit. You said you didn't like it. You didn't even eat it.
Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean to say it wasn't beautiful.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it again, though.
The truth will out.
No, it was nice. I just don't like things like that. I don't like chorizo. I don't like it enough.
Why'd you put it in it, then?
Because that's what made it Spanish.
Of course. That's all it needs. You could have frigging put a flag in it.
But what we've done, we've got Janet, we got, join in, prizes for the member of the Casa KiSi employee staff. We've got Janet, we've got Clive, we've got Derek.
Well, Derek's
No, Derek.
Derek's actually alive.
Relevant. Derek, head of security. Janet, kitchen department.
Sous chef Janet.
Sous chef Janet. Clive.
Head of cleaning.
Housekeeping. Clive's housekeeping. And we got Colin now.
It was Colin, was it?
Yeah.
Well, I went for Elton, but you didn't like that, did you?
No, he's not an Elton. No, Colin.
He's our new barista.
Yeah, he's our new barista. Yeah, because we've decided next year, we're thinking very much, I've got lists for next year that we want to talk about in the House of Guests. Really looking forward to it. I'm like at the point I want to just get this house sorted, as you all know, to sort out, ready for the last log of our Kissimas. But we've got November, which we've got 4 days free now, I think. The rest is fully booked. But, however, I digress. So we're looking at opening February, as we are, and the changes and up levels.
Yeah.
Apart from the house all getting redecorated and sorted, we think we're going to have... So we've got a coffee machine, because when we went back to Ireland, there was this really neat coffee machine. So we looked at them.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It was in the apartment in Belfast. Yes, it was.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of the hotel in Dublin.
Gaslighter.
Sorry.
So we...
Is it gaslighting if you are genuinely get it wrong?
No, because you're telling me I was wrong.
Yeah, but
So then I believe that I was wrong.
Yeah, but I wasn't wrong either. I was just in the wrong hotel. And as soon as I acknowledged that, I said, no, I'm wrong. So
right.
I'm not gaslighting.
For a second,
Me gaslighting would be to say, no, we definitely didn't have a coffee machine when we clearly did. Me just misunderstanding or getting my memory wrong.
Anyway,
gaslighting you.
We got this coffee machine.
It's another word that's used too much now.
What, anyway?
For Christ's sake. Gaslighter.
Anyway, however, I think it's a great word.
However.
I
hear what you're
it's better
saying.
than but.
I hear what you're saying. It's a strong argument. However.
Yeah, no, you're in for it then.
Yeah. You're a cock.
However. So we're thinking, rather than having tea and coffee, why? In the main lounge area over there, rather than having that there, put it back in the rooms, because we used to have it in the rooms and there.
Yes.
And in the rooms wasn't really used at all, we found.
Yes.
Here was used.
Yes.
But we think we're going to have it back in the rooms. Why? Is because I'm fed up of cleaning. I'm not fed up of cleaning that, but it can very easily look dirty. And if there's a chance of something looking dirty, you need to simplify it.
I think it's more to do with, as well, convenience. Because, as we always do, we set this up as a place that we would really like to stay. And one of those big things that we found when we were in the land of the fair oil is that... I don't know why I did that.
Nor do I.
No.
Dublin, for anyone who wonders.
Is that you really liked, and I did as well, just being in the room making a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, as soon as you wake up.
Yeah.
And then also the convenience in Belfast of having those capsules that just, you fill it with water and you put it in.
Well, do you know,
and
it was very good then.
a lovely cup of coffie, doesn't it?
I waited until you finished. Go me.
I like it.
It didn't actually start with the coffee machines, did it? It started with we always have a dilemma with bloody poxy milk here.
Yeah.
Because I started off not liking the individual little things, like 5 years ago.
Yes.
Didn't like them little milk pods. I still don't like them little milk pods. So it's like, how can we get a decent cup of coffee? That's what started with it.
The thing is
without using the milk.
One of those pods is never quite enough.
No, you have to open 2 or 3, and you never have enough, and you never have enough for 2 cups of tea. And it's just an arseache, the whole thing. So don't like them. And then we went to the second accommodation. I had this coffee machine. You can get cafe con leche, obviously coffee with milk, or you can get anything you want. Again, I do feel we're late to the party with this. So we're going to hopefully have them in the rooms. Hopefully, because one, we've got the right machine, we've got the right cost for the pods.
Right, cost for the pods. The pods are recyclable.
Yeah, but we've put a machine in the office, because one for me, and it's a little bit noisy.
Yeah, but that's because it's on the filing cabinet, so it bounces around a lot.
Well, we're not sure about that, so
Yeah,
we've got to move.
when I was listening to it yesterday, definitely. There's more noise because of where it is.
Okay.
On the wood there, you get that da-da-da-da-da as it does it. But
So
plus as well, we shut the doors, we tried it out across the room, and you couldn't hear it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it's upstairs, downstairs, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm...
So what we're going to do now, I've got the great, although I saw a clay one, is design like a little doings to put the stuff in.
A little tray.
Yeah, I don't want a plastic tray.
No.
Want something different. Want something wooden, rustic, but
tray
nice. Coffee pods, sugar packets.
A tray doesn't have to be plastic.
That's what I just said. Don't want plastic.
No, you said don't want plastic, as if a tray can only be plastic.
Well, no, because that's the obvious thing. Sugar pods. No, sugar packets, coffee pods, infusions. We're thinking green and red tea. That's it. No, a chamomile.
Green, rooibos, and chamomile.
It's not rooibos. Not
Yeah.
putting rooibos just because you like it.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think...
why buy any other teas?
Oh, get it. Right, and then stirrers.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have spoons either. We're just going to have wooden stirrers. So then you
bamboo
don't get a
stirrers.
sticky silver spoon.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
No one wants a sticky.
In
silver
fact,
spoon.
that's why it's... And
Yeah.
then it come about when I looked at actually that side with all the tea and coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, sticky spoons left on the side.
But we're going to do the filter coffee for breakfast still.
Yeah, we'd still have... And breakfast tea and stuff.
Breakfast tea,
English
yeah.
breakfast tea.
Yeah.
And then if people come, particularly us English people who like English tea, but actually... We've done, the research on it, because we do a cup of tea is very, very much an English thing. In fact, I can't think of any guest who hasn't been English that hasn't drunk tea here with milk. So when we get English people, we're just like, there you go, there's your milk, there's your tea bags kind of thing.
Well, there's a fridge downstairs and a fridge upstairs,
But
so
we're
we can
not-
put the milk in the fridge and say if you want it, here's the tea bags. If you want the milk, there it's in the fridge. And you don't waste any milk, do you?
Again, there's the long version. Do you know what I was saying?
We have this. This is a discussion. You can't say
But
you
it's
can
not
only
discussion if you're just repeating what I'm saying in a long way.
You never said about putting the milk in the fridge.
Because it's irrelevant information. No one gives
No,
a
we're
toss.
having a discussion. The
All
whole
right, then.
point of this is me and you talking. You
Yeah.
can't put rules on a discussion saying you can only reply or be involved in this discussion if your sentence is less than 5 words. That don't count.
Do you know that's what you also said in that tone in my dream? And it can't go over 30 minutes.
Don't bring.
You said to Richard
don't-
and his wife.
Don't bring me being an arse
Richard?
in your dream.
Why
in
is he
this.
called Richard? Richard and his wife. And I remember saying it's going to be called before and after because you knew it's before and you knew it's after. And then I said to his wife, I said, you can't speak on it. You can be there, but you can say about us now, but you never knew us before.
It wasn't Punchy
And
McGee,
you've never
was it?
stayed in the house. No.
Punchy
No.
McGee. Think
Punchy
Mark-
McGill. And you literally go Punchy McGee, you sod, and I know exactly who you're talking about because you had nicknames for everybody down the theatre, you buggers.
Probably best not to go any farther than that.
No. And
Further or farther?
yeah. I can't remember what I was saying.
You
now.
say farther more if you're from the south coast, I think.
Father. Me and Jamie were laughing at you
As
the
in
other
to go
day.
further.
You went proper Dorset on one of, what's the word that you always go Dorset on? You was at the computer, and Jamie went, wow, that's proper Dorset then, Mum. I went, I know, right? But you were doing something for him. And I was just like, don't say anything, Jay.
I can slip.
It's not, yeah, you just do it. We went hiking, didn't we? Do you want to tell the peoples about Lake Finware with the rain? We went morning hike, Monday morning hike, up, out. Twice a week we're doing exercise now.
It was great. It's the only hike we've been on so far where I started off being a certain weight and by halfway through it I was 4 stone heavier.
Honestly, I forgot. So where it had rained so hard the night before, we thought we'd go back to do a walk that we'd done, a hike that we'd done. So it's like 6.5 kilometres, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'd done it last week. We said we'd go back, it'd been raining.
Beautiful,
up Monday morning.
Beautiful dry last week.
Yeah, before the heavy rain come in
Yeah.
and see how much the lake had risen.
Yeah, over the weekend.
Yeah,
which it had.
It had, but what we forgot about is there was this bit of a hill and the mud, it's really clay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Claggy is the only word for it.
Moist.
Moist and claggy. Now, I had my walking stick. See, you took the piss out of them. That saved me.
Honestly.
That stick, I was marching down that hill. Yes, I felt like I had weights on my ankles with all the mud
But you
clagging.
felt secure because you had
But I felt
another point
secure.
of contact.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas there was one point where I had 4 kilos of clay on the back of my boots. So I was pitched forward, if you can imagine. It was all on the heels. So I was going down
I
slope.
saw the momentum get you.
I was pitched forward and my legs started going quicker and I had no control over it, and honestly my life flashed before my eyes.
I saw you start speeding up. I thought, oh shit, he's done it.
I thought
he's done, and I started laughing and thought, I really, really wanted to get my phone out to film you. And I thought, it's one of them, don't watch it for a phone, just enjoy the moment, Kirsty, because he's got to go arse over tit and you're going to wet yourself on the top of this mountain. And I saw your arms were going out like that, trying to, like, holding on to fake air.
Oh, honestly. I just wanted to hold on to something. There was nothing.
There was nothing.
Oh.
There was nothing.
It was a scary moment.
It was great.
But some of the clay come off my right boot as I started going fast, and I was able to dig a heel in. And that's what saved me. Yeah. So as my momentum gathered
what
pace...
happened? I wondered how you saved yourself.
As my momentum gathered pace, a big lump of clay come off. Literally, the relief as I suddenly tipped back again, as I went back to the vertical rather than the horizontal. Oh.
Honestly, Si, if you'd gone, because it was muddy as hell, you would have been covered in cake. I'd be dining out on that. I'd still be laughing now.
Honestly.
Well, I am, really.
It would have been one of them. I had my glasses on. It would have been one of those where I take my glasses off and the only thing that would have been clean was my eyes.
I would have loved that. And you'd have been so cross because you didn't really want to go for the walk, let's face it. You've done that for me. It was great. But what a lovely way to start a week.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Come back.
I didn't want to go, but it was only my ego telling me I didn't want to go.
It's hard, this exercise life, malarkey.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, we're going to try paddle tennis next, aren't we?
Yeah, you want to try paddle? Did we not say that last week?
Yeah, might have done. So we'll let you know how that goes. We're going to stay in a B&B, aren't we, in Gowsing?
No, we're not staying. We're just going for the day.
Oh, right. Okay, thanks for that. No one really needed to know that. I'd forgot about that, actually.
We're going to visit one.
We're going to visit one in Gowsing, which is really nice for us. I mean, you're building a website for them.
Yeah, and if you want me to be specific, it's not a B&B either. It's just a rental accommodation. But it's very, very pretty.
It's just a rental accommodation?
Yeah, it's not. She doesn't do breakfast.
Oh, I didn't hear. Well,
So,
I ain't that bothered about going then.
There you go. That's the end of that conversation then. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's the end of that.
But
you're building a website for them, aren't you? You're sorting out their booking system and everything.
Yes.
But
what is important about that, and the reason that
I was looking forward to going to seeing how they do it.
Yeah, but I wanted.
We've been invited. We're not stalking them. And she'll get cross with me.
Finished. Is that the road there that I want to take you down from Rhondda to Gowsing is just stunning. So I want to go for that road again because I drove there for a gig and it was amazing. Never been down that road before. Gorgeous.
Okay.
Have you been to Gowsing before?
No.
No. So that'd be interesting.
Okay. So we'll let you know how that is.
So we're going on a day trip to Gowsing.
Yeah.
There's somewhere else I'm going as well.
Where you're going?
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, yeah. We'll keep that a secret. You can tell everyone about that next week. I'll tell you what you can talk about.
What?
Before we update on Kissimas and stuff like that. What's happening, very, very exciting. That for some reason, I've forgotten, because I wanted to speak about it on here, and I know you'll be all over it, like a buggery rash. 2026, August 2026.
Well, it's 2027.
No, it's not on my phone.
Yeah, it is.
Bloody ain't.
No, you found it was somewhere else in 2026.
Here.
Oh, dear.
This has started really well.
I wish we had the phones. Did we not mention this as well?
Nope. Well, no, we're not mentioning it then. It's not 2027. Oh, we might have mentioned it.
How long can we keep dead air for?
I can't remember. Right, let's scrap all of that conversation. I'll do some more research on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk about that next week. Give us something to talk about.
Yeah, bugger all else to talk about.
I know.
Anyway, hiking day off. Menendez brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Menendez brothers.
Yeah, you want to talk about this?
I do.
It's kind of our topic of conversation.
And I also wanted
week,
to talk about Big Bird that I saw when we went hiking.
Well, should we talk about that first?
What, the bird?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what type of bird it was.
No?
No, it was a big one. I should have... Yeah, it was. It was a big one. You didn't see it.
It was just a big bird, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it very bright yellow?
No, it was more like a dusky, dirty yellow.
Okay, so we can knock off Big Bird from Sesame Street then. It wasn't that.
I don't know what type it was. I wish I said to you at the time. I thought I'd talk about it on the pod.
Right. Dead air again.
Okay.
Brilliant. So
All right,
that was brilliant. So basically, to summarise, rather than, tell a really long story.
Yeah.
We went hiking, you saw a big bird, you thought it was great.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Shall I tell you why I brought that up?
Do you know what? I love your stories.
Shall I tell you why I brought that up?
Why?
Because I was listening to another podcast that I listened to.
Yes.
Yeah?
You can say it, it's free advertising.
Well, you could. Well, so I listened to the ghosting. My therapist ghosted me, right? And then there's one where it's Spenny and Vogue.
Yeah.
Okay? And I listened to them because they've actually... there were some good ones anyway. I was on a long car journey. And I
Who,
was
to be
listening
fair, and who knows, they might listen to it, we are better than them.
Rude. Anyway, you're a lot like him, actually. He's very much up himself, thinks he's better than everyone else, knows big words, and is constantly taking the piss out of Vogue. However, on it, they were having this conversation about something. So it was a conversation about running, right?
Yeah.
So she introduced, I want to talk about the Menendez brothers. And then she went, on our run, she went, I want to talk about the run we had this morning. Oh, yeah, he said, in the middle of the pod. And then she said, on the run this morning, I saw a big bird. But I don't know what bird it is. Anyway, it's a level of how narcissistic you are, how you reply to me vaguely going, I saw a bird.
Right.
So your interest, you asked me a couple of questions, then you shut it down, basically.
Because I didn't know where else we could take it.
Yeah. Interesting.
What we've discovered is it was a bird, it was big, and it was dusky yellow, I remember, or orange.
And you can't backtrack now, love.
And no, I'm saying, and I...
It's your level of how important you want it to be, or how much you want to pacify me, or just go, oh, Kirsty, bless her, it's a fucking bird, and she's got no idea what it is.
Well, purely because I also, bear in mind, think about how this might sound and how interesting it might be to our avid listener. And talking about a bird that you have no idea what it was.
It was an experiment.
Oh, you never saw a big bird, did you?
Oh, fucking hell. And you also don't listen to me.
Did you see a big bird?
No, did you hear anything I've just said?
I cannot believe you've tried to copy another podcast.
It was an experiment because I wanted to see how narcissistic you were.
Was it Vogue's experiment?
Yes.
And how did he get on?
He asked more questions than you.
Well, clearly I'm more narcissistic than he is.
Yes.
But we knew that.
Well, I don't know how much of a narcissist he is, but you're more than him.
In that instance.
The experiment.
But did they then discuss...
But apparently
did
some
she
people
see
just
a big
go,
bird?
oh...
Was it an experiment for her as well?
Yes!
She never saw a big bird either.
There's no fucking birds.
I'm not going for a walk again. I like seeing birds. Where have all the birds gone?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Incredible.
He actually said to her, what colour was it? How big was it? Do you think, was there another one? Was there a flock of them? He went into it a little bit more than you.
Mm.
You just decided to take the piss and humour me and say, was it Big Bird from Sesame Street? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know birds? Is he an ornithologist?
Nor are you.
Exactly. So there's no point
No, it's not about the bird.
There's no point in me
It's
asking
not
questions.
about the bird. It's about you being interested in me. and what I perceive to see or not see, instead of yourself. Just saying. It's a little experiment that I've done.
Do you know the first
In fact, it's very
thing-
difficult for me to do things like that.
Do you know the first thing?
Felt like lying.
Well, that's because you were.
I know, it was really hard.
Do you know the first thing that went through my head?
What?
When you said I saw a big bird on the walk.
Yeah, what?
The very first thought that went in my head was...
I said I saw a bird, a big one.
Yeah. It's like, I thought, why on earth wouldn't she have told me that at the time so I could have seen it as well? And then I thought, what is this? And then I carried on because I was like, well, she don't lie, so she can't be lying.
Oh, see where you're going with that.
Mm.
Okay.
So I questioned it in my head, and then I was like...
Interesting.
But my persona on this is for comedy value, so how can I make this funny? It then went through my head, and I thought, Big Bird, I know Big Bird from Sesame Street. This is just my thought process. So how can I turn the conversation around to knocking out, because it's clearly not going to be Big Bird from Sesame Street walking around the hiking trail, which would have been a bit bizarre.
That would have been fabulous.
Yeah, and then the point was, and then I thought... Right.
See my Halloween jumper?
What colour was it? I don't know birds at all. It could be any bird whatsoever. I know no birds whatsoever. And then I thought, neither will Kirsty. So what on earth's the point of even continuing this conversation?
Like you're exactly.
And that is exactly my thought process.
Have you finished?
Yes. Would you like to talk about the Menendez brothers?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Well, I don't know if they've been... It might be November till they've been going to be released now.
Should we have a little bit of a backstory? In case anyone doesn't know
not
what
from
on earth
you.
we're talking
Not from
about.
you. No, we haven't got enough time in the year from you.
I know, but if you start giving a backstory, I'll start interrupting
I'll give you a
'cause you'll mix
backstory,
stuff
right?
out.
Two rich kids, Beverly Hills, 1970s. They got labelled because like nonces and stuff weren't, you're definitely not your dad if you were rich.
It wasn't the 1970s.
Shh, shh, shh. Around 1970, 1980.
No, late 80s.
Around 1970, 1980.
Around 1970, 1980. A 20-year around you're going for, are you?
They've been in prison 30 years.
Yeah, and what year is it?
2024.
So when
and
did
they were 20 odd when they got done.
So when did
They're
they go?
50 odd. That means 1970 odd. Yes, and 5 years old when they first got raped by their dad. Yes.
In the 70s?
Yes.
Yes. They're your age.
Which is
But
what I said.
It didn't happen. They didn't shoot them in the 70s.
I never said they shot them.
Right, sorry, I stand corrected. Crack on.
Oh,
Backstory.
you've really done my head in now with this, and I don't want to let you do the story because it would be boring and long
don't want
and
to do the
factual.
story. I don't want to do the story. I just prefer interrupting.
Anyway, Google it on Netflix. It's good. But they've got the filmed one. Netflix are very clever bringing that out. Do you know what I wondered about it? Which is my point.
Go for it.
Netflix, by coincidence, bring out... You don't make a film that quick. How long does it take to make a film?
Oh, I have no idea.
Like 9 months, 12 months or something, right?
Yeah.
So they've made the film, which is like dramatised about it and stuff. We only got halfway through actually because it was a bit... We didn't really like it too much. And then there's a documentary that actually uses real evidence, real pictures, real tapes, real voice recordings from Lyle and Eric, right? We found that really good. Netflix released that within a month of them going to court and winning the appeal, which no one knew the outcome, which happened last week, which could change it goes from murder to manslaughter or something. Anyway, it means they could be released. Right?
Yeah.
How did Netflix know that?
Right. So, on that documentary,
Yeah.
there was a big... It made reference to the social media movement about them, yeah?
Yes.
Where people
it was
were
down to
revisiting
TikTok.
it. Right. So Netflix saw that was public interest, made the movie, the dramatisation.
Well, they have got to be clapping their hands now then.
Well, that's what they do. That's what people are employed to do. Is
Really?
to take stuff like that in the public interest and to dramatise it means, that's what they do. And then they can sell it. Whoever. Now, don't forget, it might not have been Netflix that produced it just because it's on Netflix. It might have been done by somebody else, a different production company, sold to Netflix.
Don't you think that's a bit more of a coincidence, though, that within weeks of it actually happening, that it's on Netflix and it goes to be the top seller, and now it's all over Netflix, all over TikTok. It's massive.
So the TikTok movement brought it back to the attention of people. That's what social media does, right?
Yeah.
Netflix picked up on that, or a production company. Both the production company for the documentary and the ones that dramatised it. They created both those things. It's come massively into the public focus, just deliberately dropped at the same time that they did their habeas, whatever it is, petition for a reduced sentence. It's been deliberately dropped at that time. It might have been made for a period of time. They've deliberately released it at this time. Because it's right in the public interest. That's what they do.
So it was?
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway.
You didn't want to talk about the story at all then, about the moralistic, what that brings up.
Well, we can, if you want. Because it is interesting in itself.
It's quite a deep subject, though, isn't it?
It is a deep subject for this. We're a bit more light-hearted than that. I just think how 35 years, I mean, I can relate it to the Furby last week, as she says with a straight face. Seriously, as in 35 years, things can change. Like, that's not a long time.
No, it's not. No.
It's just not a long time. And opinions and values and things that just don't seem possible now, literally do not seem possible now, are factual, and the majority of people believe it in 30 years' time. It's crazy. It's hard to get your head around.
It is and it isn't. For me, it's all about communication. Because nothing has changed. Human nature is predominantly the same and has been for many thousands of years. Societally, human nature changes based on society and about, what you're told and all that kind of stuff. We won't go into that. But what has changed is the ability to communicate. Everybody has a video camera in their hand. Everybody has the ability. Let's take that film that we just watched, which was a fabulous film in case anyone wants to watch it, A Man Called Otto.
Yeah. Actually, recommendation.
Great recommendation, A Man Called Otto.
And what was the other one?
No idea.
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh, Where the Crawdads Sing. That's another good film.
Both really good.
Both books as well, so worth looking at. So when he went to, not to spoil anything, but went to one of the ways he wanted to try and end his life.
Yes.
Where he then saved a man, and they were filming it.
Yes.
And it was going and it was instantly live.
Yes.
So communication-wise, it's like where things could be hidden so easily before behind a cloak of secrecy, and it's much, much harder to do that now.
It's amazing that we're even alive, isn't it, really? Like me and you, our generation. Like, fucking hell.
That we're alive?
Yeah, how so many things could be hidden. Gary Glitter, for example. Do you know, seriously?
Yeah.
Do you God.
Well, and a lot of it,
so we're such a damaged generation.
A lot of it, remember, was hidden in plain sight as well.
Exactly.
It was societally acceptable.
Such a damaged generation. Do you think, how long's a generation? 10 years?
15 to 20 normally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how do we know where we are in that generation?
For our generation is I think it's something like 65 to 80, me and you.
We're in the same generation?
Yeah, we are, Generation X, yeah.
65 to 80.
I think. I don't quote me on it, but it's something around that.
So I'm 54, so 44-year-olds upwards now.
Yeah. Like my sister is just in our generation as well. Wow. Yeah.
So we got another generation after that, really.
Oh, there's loads.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that,
you're
a little bit messed up as well, but really...
Your children are not in the next generation, they're in the generation after.
Yes, with social media, with phones and all that, although up till they're teenagers they weren't, though. But...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's one of the latest generations. I think I can't remember. It's the millennial generation, like that Jamie's in.
So is that the good thing about social media and phones and videos and all this? Maybe we found a good thing with it because it's very easy to find the negatives. I mean, I think there's more negatives than.
But I also think that what it does is it gives people. There's a platform as well, so it's like for anything, and that's the difficulty when you get to the free speech argument, is that what is and what isn't free speech, because what's some people, all the beautiful thing and the ability to bring like abuse and child abuse and that out into the public domain so people are aware of it, they know that it's happening, there can be support and help. And then of course you go to the other end of the scale about hate and trolling and all that kind of thing. But without the ability to say things in free speech, none of the good stuff would happen. And you're always going to get bad. Good versus evil. And who is the one who says that this is good and this is bad? And that's the argument.
Well, I think there is a common ground with that. I've come off all social media, as you well know.
Yeah.
People knows. It's been liberating. I love it. However, I am on TikTok. So, like, Meg set me up a TikTok account. I don't follow anyone. No one follows me. It's there just for me to scroll because I like doing that.
You like a bit of clickbait, don't you?
Yes, but I actually need to give that up as well.
Oh, you do really?
I do, because I find myself being influenced by it. I need to give that up as well. There was a cake maker on there. A frigging cake maker who was getting trolled.
Yes.
So she come on and she was showing... And I was invested in it with the comments. I went on it for the comments, not for the trolling dicks, but for how people work. 'Cause it fascinates me how people deal with the trolling dicks.
Yeah.
She makes cakes.
Yeah.
She got death threats.
Yeah, I don't think she got death threats just for making cakes. Something happened with a customer or something. Is that right?
No. She...
I mean,
she
didn't
give.
Hi,
no, she didn't
my
give.
name's so-and-so, I make cakes, I'm going to kill you.
No, she didn't give free cakes to an influencer. So the influencer gave her a bad review.
Ordered the cakes and gave her
gave her a bad review. She offered a refund and the influencer said no. So, and they gave her a bad review, which she replied to from her business. And then...
it all kicked off.
The influencer come out and went, this is actually my 8-year-old daughter. Not allowed on TikTok till 13. So she then got slated for having a go at a minor.
Well, the minor shouldn't have even been on it.
I saw, exactly, like it was fascinating how people went at each other.
So how were you influenced by that? How do you feel that you've been influenced by that?
Because I just think, not all people, just people are fuckers, aren't they?
It doesn't
I don't get why people don't... It's that... But then the majority of people are like, just be nice.
I think the way you have to look at it is let's relate it back to our B&B. Hey, it's our podcast. We were always told, out of 100 guests, you'll get a couple of them who'll be difficult.
We got a lovely review this week.
Yeah, we did. We must post that out. So out of 100 reviews, we'll get 98% of them really high, really positive, and then we'll get 2 for no apparent reason. They'll be negative for who knows why. That's in 100 people.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens when you get that bad review is you focus on that bad review.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't. Why have we done that? You need to get hold of them. They've reviewed the wrong place, etc., etc. I'm guilty of it. Absolutely. And what we do is we read that great review and we go, oh, wasn't that fabulous? Makes you feel good for a few seconds. Forget about it. I've not even put it on Facebook, we said, because you said to do it. And I'd forgotten about it and it's gone. So multiply that by someone who follows an influencer who maybe has 1 million or 2 million followers,
Yeah.
right? Then all of a sudden you have 10 or 20 nasty people. 10 or 20 nasty people can make someone's life hell.
I know.
Our life was hell from 4 people.
True.
So it's like so that influencer has 2 million people following them. 20 of them are obnoxious to the cake maker.
Yeah.
It makes it seem like it's the end of the world, legitimately, because 20 people negging on you constantly all the time, yet 1.996 million or whatever.
Not 9.
Yeah. I've just ignored it.
I don't know where it's going to end. Anyway, we got really deep there.
I know, but and again, I'll just make this quick point, if that's all right.
Quickly.
It's like anything that you ever read or see, riots, anything like that, or big protests that turn into nastiness. There might be 100,000 people on that, and 50 people can make it a nightmare. And all you read about is the nightmare. You don't see the 95, 98% of people who are well behaved and who don't cause trouble and who just want to change something that they feel is being done wrongly.
Why is it not seen?
Because it's deliberately not shown.
But why?
Because it doesn't want people to protest. We're going into a whole new.
Yeah, we are. Keep trying to butt in, actually,
Go on.
sir. Why can the 50 people in that instance not realise? Because their opinion is so important to them.
Because they've been influenced to such a degree that they feel that that's the only way forward.
They believe it themselves.
Because they believe it themselves. And their belief and that is what happens, because rather everyone is influenced to a certain degree, but what you need to try and do is that TikTok cake thing. What I've tried to do there is present a side of the story that shows you it in a better context.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, because you can look at something, take Ricky Gervais or take anybody, you take one of his jokes, yeah, and you take out the context and just put the punchline, and it sounds like he's the nastiest person on earth.
Yeah,
but because you've not listened or heard
the whole story
that came before.
So is that the moral of all this?
The moral of this is, if you hear something, look at the context. Take everything. Don't take it at face value. Look at it in depth.
God, you know, when you wish you never bought anything up, huh?
And that,
okay, now I was really interested in you.
I tried to do.
As you can tell, that was long, lover.
Yes.
It's so long, I can't even remember why I brought it up in the beginning.
We were talking about the Menendez brothers.
We were?
Originally.
Man.
Because then
I'm worried whether this pod's been rubbish, because we just got really deep on really deep stuff.
So what?
Shall we end it on Kissimas?
Go on then.
We were
going to talk about Kissimas Lunch Live, weren't we?
We was.
Is that right?
Yes.
So, yeah, Saturday...
21st and 22nd. Although the 22nd, there is only a table left, actually.
Is that right?
Yes. So the 21st and the 22nd, but, up here, Christmas dinner, 3 courses.
We're going back to what we did right at the start at the pandemic. We're going to do our Sunday lunch live again, but we're going to do Kissimas Lunch Live, just a maximum of 20 people. That's for each day.
Do you know what I want to call it?
What?
Because it is the same. It was our idea. It was our house. It was us. And we've got rid of the shit out of the last bit. Literally, I wanted to call it Kissimas Lunch Live, the best bits. Which
Nice.
is, I know, right?
Like
so we've literally
taken the ad. I haven't put it on the web.
So we've literally taken the best bits from it and got rid of it. It's not a case of taking the best bits because it was all good, but what we have done is got rid of the obvious shit.
Yeah, but it's a play on words as well because of the surname.
The best bits.
Fabulous.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Kissimas Lunch Live, the best.
Are we being very
bit,
clever with our advertising, or are we being spiteful?
Who knows?
Who knows? Who cares?
Take it all. I think it's probably best to take it all in context.
Take it all in context and hear both sides.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. How
Anyway,
funny.
we're doing 21st, 22nd of December, 1:30 till 4:30, 3-course Christmas lunch with me singing. Come and see.
Me, Megan Adry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the waitering and stuff. Come see us. We're going back to our roots.
Going back to our roots, yeah.
Yeah, come see us. Not many spaces available, only 20 each day. And like Kirsty said, only like one table left on the Sunday, the 22nd. So, yeah, look forward to seeing you. I think it's €25, is that right? All in?
€25 all in.
You
Just
get,
come and...
you get a half bottle of wine or the equivalent in beer or soft drinks.
and do you know what it means?
included.
You can have your Christmas dinner, we'll cook it for you, and then on Christmas Day you can just have party bits.
Yeah, just have
picky
like,
bits.
maybe some party rings and some custard creams.
Don't have them when you have party food.
Well, I'm certainly not...
That's birthday party food, not Christmas party food.
Don't get me on.
We're
to
not
what we
having them
normally
on our
talk about
vintage
this year.
Christmas.
When we went into a certain shop this year and saw the size of those chocolate box tins, absolutely
Scandal.
scandalous.
We're going down to Morrison's and they're going to be the same size.
I know, it's wrong.
Celebrations, miniature heroes, all that. Oh. Like,
Honestly.
not having it.
I cannot believe...
Why? I mean, we should boycott that.
They used to
Put
be
that
a
on TikTok.
massive tin. Or was I just that small?
Or are you now massive? Look at
It's like Gulliver's frigging Travels, isn't it?
Oh.
God.
I like the selection stockings with the chocolate
I'm
in.
sorry, what? I have no idea what you just said.
Lower.
I thought you just said snenection nothings.
Selection stockings used to get the Cadbury's ones. They don't do them anymore. I've not seen them. Maybe it's because I'm in Spain. Maybe they do. But they're all miniature chocolate bars now. They used to be real ones. I remember that as well. Everything's just gone smaller.
Including me. I meant in size. I didn't mean it. Well, what? How else would you mean it? I'm going to stop now. Anyway, I think we've been talking for about an hour. So if there's
We
anything
have not.
If there's anything else,
Stop it.
Well,
An hour?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
So is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
That, for a start,
brilliant.
that tickly cough. No.
Okay, thanks very much for listening, everyone. If you want to, we'll stick our Kissimus Lunch live availability and that on the website, and you can get that at
CasaKiSi.com.
CasaKiSi.com. Yeah. If you're listening or watching this on YouTube or on, please like and subscribe.
There is
there is something else Kirsty wants to say.
No, I was going to say go to booking.com for our offers and stuff, but to be honest, until February.
There's a little bit of availability in November if you wanted to come up for a couple of nights, but other than that, we'll see you next year.
See you next year. But yeah, we'd
Unless
like
you're
to see...
coming, obviously, to the party. There's some
Exactamente.
tickets available for our party, our Kissimus Vintage Party on the 18th.
Yes.
Check that out online at casakisi.com. And obviously, if you can't make that, see you at lunch. And what?
Might have snow is falling
Mate, well, we'll
all
sing.
around us. So excited.
Right, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Just got to work on the ducks now.
We're not having ducks.
This time last year you said I couldn't have a snow machine and I've got it this year.
You might not have.
My manifesting is strong.